Good morning, students. I hope you all are doing well at your places. And today we'll be studying a very interesting chapter that is secrets. Secrets क्या होते हैं? कुछ ऐसी चीजें जो हम सिर्फ और सिर्फ अपने बहुत ही ज्यादा beloved ones या फिर हम close one के साथ ही शेयर करना चाहते हैं. So secrets are those things that you are not willing to disclose with everybody, right? You disclose all these things with your beloved ones and with your loved ones, sometimes with your best friends, sometimes with your mother. Girls usually used to disclose their secret things with their mother, and boys usually have the nature of disclosing all the things with their fathers. So it's all about secrets. Secret means जो कुछ चीजें हम किसी को बताना नहीं चाहते हैं. Let's just begin what this chapter tells us about secrets. So the title of our chapter is Secrets, right? Then about this chapter, this Luisa May Alcott, she was an American novelist. American means she belongs to US, right? And novelist is the one who writes the novels, right? Very short stories and poet, right? Short stories or poet है ये और writer भी है. She was best known as the author of the novel Little Woman in 1868. She has wrote a novel that was named as Little Woman in 1986, and this best means it's the superlative degree of adjective. That is good, better, and best, right? So in story में there is a girl whose name is Jo and who write two stories. जो दो stories लिखती है and she delivers them to the newspaper office to have them published. She used to write two stories and get them published in the newspaper. Let's just read that what will be happening next, whether or not her story gets published in the paper or not. देखिए जब भी हमें कुछ newspaper में छपवाना होता है तो उसके लिए हम word use करते हैं that is publish, right? So let's just read this story. So Jo was very busy in her room. She was very much occupied in her work, right? And the October day had begun to grow chilly. Now it's been October. We all know that when the winters they start approaching, October is the month which start growing like बहुत ज़्यादा chilly होने लगा है. And afternoons were short. और दिन कैसे होने लगते हैं? छोटे होने लगते हैं. For 2 or 3 hours, the sunlight lay warmly in the high window. For at least only 2 to 3 hours, you can see this weather also that only sun shines only for 2 to 3 hours in a day. उसके बाद वो low हो जाता है, right? तो it's saying कि जो sunlight है वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ 2 या 3 घंटे के लिए ही चमकती है, उसके बाद वो धीरे धीरे slow down हो जाती है. Enabling Joe seated on the old sofa. Joe was already seated on the old sofa, and she write with her papers. Actually, she is just writing the paper. She spread out on her trunk before her. और उसके आसपास कागज बिखरे हुए हैं, right? Quite absorbed in her work, she is so much occupied. She is so much busy in her work that she scribbled away till the last page was filled. Actually, she was just writing in a very fast pace कि वो उतना लिखे जा रही थी कि आखिरी के पन्ने तक उसने लिखा. The scribble means लिखते रहना. Sign her name with a flourish and threw her down her pen. और उसने अपना साइन किया बहुत ही एक अच्छे स्टाइलिश वे में और अपना पेन नीचे रख दिया. Exclaiming means just expressing that I have done my best. Whatever I have done my best. I have given my best. If this won't suit, I shall have to wait till I can do more better. He's saying if this will not this work will not suit further, then of course I'll just wait and work on myself to get better. Right now, lying back on the sofa, Joe read through the manuscript carefully. See, what do you mean by manuscript? The word, anything which is written by hand is known as manuscript. Making dashes there, मतलब कुछ finishing कर रही है there and putting in many exclamation points. She is just putting some exclamation points in between if it is required. Then she tied up with a smart red ribbon. उसने उस paper को red ribbon से tie up कर दिया and sat for a minute looking at it with a wistful expression. Wistful means बहुत ही deserving eyes से उसने देखा कि might be ये plainly showed that how earnest her work had been. कि ये क्या दिख रहा है कि how much hard work she has already done. From her desk where she was sitting, Jo pronounced another manuscript और उसने दूसरा manuscript भी pronounce किया, putting both in her pocket and crept quietly downstairs. उनको pocket में रख के she just went downstairs. Now, if anyone had been watching Jo, they would have thought that her movements were definitely over. Actually, she is saying as if she is carrying a paper in her pocket. So she said, if anybody will notice her movement, then he or she will definitely come to know that what is happening. So she went off a great pace that she reached a building on a certain busy street. वो बहुत जल्दी जल्दी वहां गई. देखिए, what do you mean by pace? Pace means right, and went off is an expression, and go का past tense went off, right. Now, having found the place with some difficulty, उस जगह पे पहुंच गई थोड़ी परेशानियां झेल के, she went to the doorway and looked up the dirty stairs. उसने क्या देखा कि बहुत ही ज्यादा गंदी हो रही हैं सारी stairs, right. Now, and after standing for a minute, suddenly dived into the street, और देखा कि कितनी गंदी सड़क हो रही है, कितनी गंदी सीढ़ियां हो रही हैं. She just somehow managed, और वो वापस से स्ट्रीट पे चली गई and just walked away as rapidly. What do you mean by rapidly? Means as fast as she can. Very fast. Rapid means fast. And she had come, और फिर वो वापस आ गई. Now, this maneuver. What do you mean by maneuver? Maneuver means anything which has been done for the very मतलब with a lot of hard work, and she repeated several times to the great amusement of black eye young gentleman which is standing. देखिए, she did this again and again, and she repeated several times to get the amusement. Amusement means the excitement of that black eye young gentleman. जो कि वहाँ पे एक बहुत ही handsome सा black eyes वाला gentleman. He was standing by the window of a building. स्ट्रीट के पास, स्ट्रीट के क्रॉस एक बिल्डिंग के पास एक बड़ा सा आदमी खड़ा था. नाउ, on returning for the third time, Jo gave herself a shake, pulled her hat over his eyes. ने एक झटका लिया, अपने हैट को पुल करके उसके सामने वो किया, एंड वॉकड अप द स्टेयर्स, और फिर स्टेयर्स पे चली गई, एंड लुकिंग एज इफ शी वर गोइंग टू हैव ऑल हर टीथ आउट, और ऐसे देख रही थी कि जैसे उसके सारे दांत बाहर आने वाले. नाउ, 10 minutes, Joe came back running downstairs with a red face, बिल्कुल लाल face उसका हो रहा था, and she just came back, and general appearance of a person who had just passed through an ordeal of some sort. Ordeal means जैसे ऐसे निकल रहा हो जैसे कि कोई जनरल आदमी निकल रहा है. नाउ, when she saw the young gentleman, जब again she saw the young gentleman, she looked anything but pleased. She was very happy seeing him and passed him with a nod. Nod means अपनी गर्दन हिला देना. But he followed her thinking Joe has been to the dentist. But what did he thought? He thought that she went to a dentist, asked with an air of sympathy. Sympathy means बहुत ही like दया की भावना से ही asked, did you have a bad time? क्या आपके पास बहुत ही ज़्यादा मतलब आपका क्या बुरा टाइम चल रहा है? He's saying not very. You got through quickly. तुम्हें थोड़ा जल्दी पता चल गया. Thank God. How many did you have out? कि कितना तुमने निकलवा ले? She's trying to say that. Jo looked at her friend Laurie. जॉ ने अपने फ्रेंड की तरफ देखा लॉरी के. As she did not understand him, और क्योंकि उसको समझ में नहीं आया, then they began to laugh as if mildly amusement to do something. मतलब they were laughing अपने आप में because they were not able to understand what this person was already asking. There are two, and I want to have out, but I just waited for a week. She's saying there are two teeth. I want to get them out, but I have to wait for a week. What are you laughing at? कि आप किस चीज पे हंस रहे हो? You are up to some mischief, कि कोई ना कोई तो आप शरारत कर रहे हो. Mischief means कोई भी चीज naughty. जॉ said Laurie look confused, और लॉरी ने जो ने ये बोला, लॉरी जो है looking very confused. Right, Laurie kept at her till Joe shared her secret. She was just poking again and again कि at least she would have tell her secret. Well, I have left two stories with a न्यूज़पेपरमैन. शी इज सेइंग कि न्यूज़पेपरमैन के पास मैंने अपनी दो स्टोरीज को रखा है, छोड़ा है. ही हैज टू गिव हिज आंसर नेक्स्ट वीक, विस्पर्ड जो. जो ने मन में बोला कि वो आंसर अपना अगले हफ्ते देगा, राइट. Hooray for Miss March, yelled Lorry. Lorry means, oh sorry, yell means shout. Right. Now, for a week or two after that, Joe behaved so strangely that her sisters were quite confused. अब 2-3 हफ्ते बाद, she was behaving in a very strange manner, and her sisters were already they were confused. Right. Now, she rushed to the door where the postman rang. वो कहाँ गई? डोर के पास गई जहाँ पे पोस्टमैन आया, and she seemed to be in a constant tension. She was so much tense. Dory and she were always making signs to one another till all the girls declared that they both had lost his senses. मतलब ये कुछ ही इशारों में बातें करती हैं, और बाकी की 2 गर्ल्स 2 बहनों ने कहा कि शायद ये पागल हो चुकी है, राइट? दे हैव लॉस्ट देयर सेंस। On the second Saturday, Meg, as she sat chewing at her window, actually she was just lying at the near at the window, and she was chewing and was shocked by the sight of Laurie chasing Joe all over the garden. She was shocked that how this Laurie is just chasing all the time Joe and finally capturing her near the trees. और उसको कहाँ से देखा कि she near the what shall we do with that girl कि हम इस लड़की के साथ क्या करें? She never behaves like a young lady. She never behaved like a young lady, said Meg as she walked the race with a disapproving look, and she's looking too disappointed. I hope she won't. मेरे को वो लग रहा है कि नहीं शायद she is not. She's so funny and dear as she is. वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा funny है and she is very beloved to all of us. Said Beth, who had never betrayed. What do you mean by betrayed? किसी को धोखा देना, right? And she was a little hurt and Joe having secrets with anyone about her. और जो के पास उसके कुछ secrets हैं and she is like थोड़ा सा hurt है as if someone has betrayed her, right? So it's very trying, but we can never can make her understand. हमें कभी भी समझ में नहीं आता what she is about to do. Said added Amy, who said making some new frills for herself. She was making some new frills for herself. So she said we never understand her, what she's trying to do, what are her next move. So in few minutes, Joe bounced in and laid herself on the sofa. Bounce कूद के सोफे के ऊपर बैठ गई and she is just pretending. मतलब she is as if framing herself that as if she is reading. So have you anything interesting there? Meg is asking कुछ है कोई खास बात? So nothing but a story won't amount too much. But एक story है इतना कोई खास फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. I guess return. So carefully keep the name of the newspaper out of the site. She is not disclosing the name of the newspaper now. You had better read it aloud. It would be better for you if you will read it aloud. That will amuse us, means that will make us more interesting and keep you out of mischief. कि आप कोई शरारत कर रही हैं, said Amy in her most grown up tone. Means she said in a very adult manner. What's the name? Asked Beth, wondering why Joe kept her face behind the sheet. Why she is just hiding her face behind the sheet. The rival painters. That sounds interesting. It said Meg. Meg ने बोला rival painters नाम का कोई है and she's saying this that let's found it's very interesting. Now with a long breath, एक लंबी सांस के साथ, Joe began to read very fast. She started reading in a very fast manner. The girls listened with interest for the tale और वो story में बहुत अच्छे से जल्दी जल्दी सुन रहे हैं. And it was romantic and somewhat pathetic. Pathetic का मतलब होता है जिसके अंदर बहुत ही ज़्यादा bad conditions हो, as most of the characters they died in the end, right? Can be it has a very bad ending, right? So I like that part about the splendid picture. Splendid means थोड़ी धुंधली सी picture with where as was Amy approving remarks, so Joe paused. Actually, she was just remarking something. She was telling something, so Joe just paused over there. Pause means to stop. I prefer the tragic part. मेरे को क्या अच्छा लग रहा है? Tragic part अच्छा लगा है. Viola and Angela, they are of two favorite names. ये दो उसके favorite name है उस story में. Isn't that strange? Said Mag, wiping her eyes. अपनी eyes को वो he's just putting fingers in in his eyes, and he's saying ये कोई strange बात नहीं है. Who wrote it? Asked Beth, who had caught a glimpse of Joe face. कि glimpse means एक झलक मिल जाना. क्या लिखी है ये story? Now the reader suddenly sat up and cast away the newspaper, displaying a flushed face. Flushed face means ukhda hua face with a funny mixture of solemnity and excitement. With a funny mixture of aloneness and, of course, very excitement, she replied in a very loud voice that your sister Joe has written this. You, cried Meg, dropping her word. ये तुमने लिखा है? It's very good, said Amy critically. Critically means very reasonably. She said, it's very good. Right, I knew it, I knew it. Oh, my Joe, I'm so proud of you that you have written it. And Beth, she just ran to her sister to hug her and exclaim over her splendid success. Means she has done a tremendous job, right? Now, dear me, how delighted they all were. कि सब लोग कितने happy हैं, to be sure. How, Meg, would you believe it? Till she saw the words Miss Jocelyn March actually printed in the paper, whatever she has written The story, it has already been printed in the newspaper. How kindly and generously Amy criticized. Criticize means tana dena, the artistic part of the story, that how Beth got excited and skipped and sang with joy. They were all very happy, very excited. How proud Mrs. March was when she knew it, that how Joe has laughed with tears in her eyes. Actually, there were tears of happiness. Tell us about it, कि आप हमें बताएं. So when did it come? ये कब आई है? And how much did you get for it? कि तुमको कितने पैसे मिले हैं इसके? What will the father say? पापा क्या बोलेंगे? Won't Laurie laugh? Cried the family. Family saying कि Laurie ने हंसा तो नहीं? All in one breath as they gathered around Joe, because they were all excited. They were so happy. The questions, they were just coming up, right? I'll tell you everything. Joe ने बोला, I'll just tell you. Having told how she disposed of her tales, she added, and when I went to get my answer, the man said he liked them both. See, she's saying that when the after 2 3 weeks I went to the man, he liked my work so much but did not pay beginners. वो बोल रहे हैं कि हम freshers को पे नहीं करते हैं. He only left them print in his paper. उसने सिर्फ और सिर्फ अपने पेपर पे प्रिंट कर दिया. And today this was sent to me and Laurie caught me with it. And today this is sent to me, and somehow Laurie ने मुझको देख लिया उस न्यूज़पेपर को पढ़ते हुए, and insisting on seeing it, so I let him. Means she was forcing me, she was insisting me कि मैं उसको देखूं, so I just let him allow to see. And he said it was good and I shall write more. And the writer said that you write so fantastically that it will be better for you if you'll write it again. And he is going to get the next paid for. और जब वो next लिखेगी, then he'll be going to pay. And I'm so happy for this time, but I may be able to support myself and keep girls. She's saying, I'm so happy, so proud of my girls that from the next onward, I'll definitely support you. Joe breath out. Joe gave her breath out, means she was feeling a little sigh, a feeling of relaxed she's feeling. And she's just wrapping her head in the paper, and she gifted her a little story, बहुत छोटी सी story दी, with a few natural tears, कुछ आंसू आ रहे थे, for her to be independent and earn the praise of those who she loved. जो लोग उससे प्यार करते हैं उसको बहुत ही ज्यादा praise कर रहे हैं. They are encouraging her. And these were the dearest wishes of her heart. और ये क्या है? दिल से wishes दी हुई हैं. And it seems to be the first step towards the, it was the very first step towards the happy end. I hope you all understood this chapter. This chapter was very interesting. I found it quite interesting. Please go through this. I learn all the word meanings that you came across. And apart from those word meanings that have been given in your books, please go through this and keep revising all your syllabus. And apart from that, keep reading each day and stay blessed. Smiling. Thank you.